Once upon a time, there was a kid named Danny. Every day, he plays with his electronic device. While a kid his age should not be using electronic device too much, or even without their parents' supervision. He never studies anything with his electronic device, and he only uses it to watch unimportant videos on TikTok or YouTube and play video games. He also never reads anything, as he believes that reading books is a boring way to learn something new and that books are traditional. Even though there are many books now that are interactive, some come in the form of pop-ups, have textures, and can even make sounds. Also, we can also read books in our alternate device, such as Script, Google Play Books, and Storytel. He also believes that reading books is only for adults because they only consist of paper and text, and he thinks that reading books is boring, even though now there are many types and models of books whose writing is accompanied by pictures or any other interesting things. And he doesn't believe in the importance of reading children's literature at his age, as he believes that it wasn't important at all. Without further ado, let's meet him.
Hey, why are you still there with the video game? Don't you see your friends around there together reading some interesting books?
Reading books, I don't want to. What is the use of technology if we still read those books? I would prefer sitting here all day playing my video games instead of joining them, reading those so-called children's literature. And then, yeah, what is so interesting about that? I don't know, and I don't think there is. Besides, the creativity of people on the internet is 100 times more interesting than that.
You don't know? Then, Kia, can you explain it to her?
Okay, first of all, have you ever known what it's called by children's literature? Is that some boring literature that you know? Of course not. Children's literature is a collection of books written for children, read by children, and written about children. And it functions to promote vocabulary, learning skills, learning experiences, subject matter, social skills, and the other aspect that the early reader should have in the early reading. Okay, so children's literature consists of what children actually read, maybe in terms of the intention of the publisher, yeah, like the writer, and of course the publisher itself, as the workers in the field of economic and economic production, they are not assuming that children would read their work and something like that, but they just focus on what they intention to maybe gain money or something like that, and children can read it with the parents and all the friends maybe of them, and yeah, they are more likely to have experience of children's literature in their life.
I've been listening to you, but what you just said is all about books and boring things.
Hold on, I'm not finished yet. Anay, please continue.
If we go deeper in children's literature, we will realize that everything can be categorized as children's literature. There are many more types of children's literature, such as picture books, illustration books, comic, and etc. It can be in any form of media, such as music, movies, plays, television shows, and artwork. For example, do you know the film How to Train Your Dragon? Yeah, it was actually adapted from 12 series of books. Because of its popularity, it was adapted and became the interesting film that we know today. It has even developed into 3 films as far, and that is just only one example. Now we even have the technology to access all forms of children's literature. For example, from a cell phone. We have cell phone, right? So we can read any children's literature in the form of an ebook. We can read it on Script, Google Playbook, or on any other platform.
Alright. I'm starting to change my mind. Honestly, at first, I didn't know much about this so-called children's literature. But now that you guys have kindly explained it to me, I'm starting to understand and realize that children's literature is not only exciting, but it's also important. So, yeah, could you please give me more examples so that I can have a better understanding about that?
Sure, Raihan will show you another examples of it.
Okay, there is actually an interesting topic in children's literature. The topic is about accepting differences. So, if you really want to know about that topic, you can read the book titled The Color of Us by Karen Katz. The book is interesting because it will help you to understand about diversity. It will help you to accept people with different skin color, with different hair, with different race. So yeah, it will be good for you. Also, the book is not boring because it has some pictures in it. So yeah, it is basically a pictures book.
After listening to Raihan's explanation, I suddenly remember one of my favorite books when I was a child, which also talk about accepting differences. This book is entitled as Last Stop on Market Street, which was written by American author. His name is Matt Della Pena and illustrated by Christian Robinson. Well, it can be used to educate the readers to accept others' uniqueness as a normal thing. And then, like The Color of Us, it's also a picture book.
And maybe if you want to watch a film, I can recommend you a film titled Wonder. It is about the differences that can be accepted by children and give the children a point of view that differences can only add to the richness of our life and not take away from it. And then, do you ever know maybe or remember the character of Baymax in the Big Hero 6 Disney film? Yeah. Baymax is a film that contains many differences in the character. Maybe there are some characters that is Asian Africans and American Asian, some kind of like, and that they are not defining by the race, of course, and not only by the gender, of course. Yeah, also because there are some of gender stereotype there, and then the main characters in the film is defining as courageous and bright woman character, and yeah, as Tomego and some kind of like that. Yeah, so children can watch this film also to gain the information about accepting differences is also good and give the richness in our life.
Here, let me show you a footage of the film Wonder.
When I eat, I think I chew like some prehistoric swamp turtle.
No joke. Me too.
Now there's tuna in your face.
Yeah, tuna man.
No. Let me show you how it's done.
Dude, that's even more gross.
I'm going as Boba Fett this year.
I like Halloween, but Christmas is still the best holiday.
No way, Halloween is the best.
A pillowcase of candy versus 2 weeks off school. You're nuts. You see? Even your dog agrees.
Hey, Mom, is it okay if Jack comes over?
Yes. Thanks, Mrs. B. I mean, you get snow on Christmas.
But you can get snow on Halloween. If you live in Alaska or there's a blizzard.
I've got to be cool. Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
You ever thought about having plastic surgery?
No, I've never thought about it. Why? Dude, this is after plastic surgery. It takes a lot of work to look this good.
We don't notice any time pass.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare from war. Bow, kiss, begin.
We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I'll dream while I'm in bed, when silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs and alphabet. When I wake tomorrow, I'll bet that you and
Nate.
I will walk together again.
Fire.
I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
From the clip, you should have seen that Jack will already accepting differences. He didn't care about Augie's unique facial features. He still become his best friend and accept each other differences.
So, what do you think now about children's literature? Have you changed your mind?
Wow, I didn't know that literature can be this exciting. I thought everything that I could have on my gadgets is just enough. But you guys just gave me a new perspective on how to learn and have fun with this so-called children's literature. And yeah, I just found out that unlike children's literature, everything I find on my gadgets, like video games or social media content, are so random that they don't necessarily give something valuable to the viewers like me. Interesting. I think I should consider to read some children's book or watch some of their movie adaptations so that I could spend my time wisely by having fun and learning new things at the same time. Yeah, thank you for the knowledge, guys.
Having listened to all of the explanations that are given to him, Danny put his gadget aside and started to join his friends in reading children's literature. However, this is not the end of the story. I, you, all children and adults around the world, together, we can conserve children's literature by giving more explanations and understandings about it to others, so that our world will become more colorful and meaningful, especially for children, as the leaders of future generations. Last but not least, we are sorry for any errors in our words, and thank you for watching this video.